The story for 3 Days of the Condor is, a bookish CIA research finds all his coworkers dead and must outwit those responsible until he figures out who he can really trust. For those that know me, I'm the type of person that likes older movies than the modern ones. Older films have within them elements that I miss that are rare to find in modern ones. Like for instance, one, it is rated R. I make a big deal about films being rated R because very few are now R, and as an adult, I want to see films for adults, but Hollywood is only making safe films that are at most PG-13 because they want to get their money back. They don't want to take that risk anymore, and as an adult, I feel like I'm being neglected from the film industry. And sometimes for films like this, R is the only way to tell it. Granted, there isn't profuse blood or nudity or a lot of swearing, because reasons for an R rating were different back then. But an R is necessary for this film because it deals with themes and topics only I think adults could really understand. 2. Cinematography and editing. The camera work is beautiful in this film, and the editing complements it and meshes things together beautifully. Everything that needs to be told is in one shot, with very little cutting. Nowadays, there are so many edits in one scene because they're trying to keep the audience attention, cutting back and forth to do different people. It's just like it doesn't seem necessary. Back then, edits were only made to intensify a scene or to show all the angles so you see everything. And at times, they would hold on a single shot if need be and not cut at all. When it is necessary to do that, the shot is worth it, and at times it's beautiful. They do it a couple times in this film, and it gives the sense of tension during scenes of paranoia to make the audience feel Redford's uncomfortableness, paranoia, and the tension of the scene, and it just works. 3. Dialogue. Not many films are just character and dialogue. I always say stories are driven by dialogue, not by a fist. You get the whole story, and you see all the points of view from Redford to the CIA. However, this causes one of the flaws of the film: pace. The pace is a bit slow, but for this film I feel it is a necessary pace so you get the whole story. Speaking of flaws, the only real flaw in this film is the romance subplot between Robert Redford and Faye Dunaway. It just comes out of nowhere and is unbelievable. He does need her help, yes, but I felt it could have been achieved without randomly having sex with her, and him falling in love with her over time would have been more believable. Other than that, the film is perfect. Great acting, outstanding cast, great story. The one scene that actually is an action fight scene is very well choreographed and comes to a great conclusion. My favorite scene in the film is towards the end when Max von Sydow tells Redford what would happen to him if he stays and doesn't run away. It is a beautiful bit of monologue that is both a warning and a threat. He says the line in a sympathetic tone and looks at Redford in the same way, making it seem like a warning. But it is also a threat for, people, this can't happen to him, and maybe it is him that does it. And I just love it. I give this film 5 stars out of 5. I highly recommend this film for everybody, especially if you are a spy thriller fan. And I'll see you next time when I review the 10th anniversary special of Doctor Who. See you then.